what we will do here every Sunday is we look into the energies of the year, the month, and then every single day of the week. Because if we know what is coming, we are so more likely to actually adapt to what is, right? And to respond to what is coming up. If we are more aware and not just react to whatever is in the way, we can actually lead the life we want to, because we are responding to what is. We are adjusting to what is, but we do not lose the path by simply reacting in any pattern that may or may not be justified in that very moment. So, and if you are watching this on YouTube, by the way, there are chapters down in the notes. So you can come back every single day on the day and listen to what I said. Isn't that fantastic? Because the week before last, on was it Monday morning or Tuesday morning, I was sitting here and thinking, oh, what was today's energies? And I had to go into my calendar and my notes and things. And I did that yesterday in a live on the channel. Wouldn't it be fantastic if I could just go into my video and say, show me what I said about the Monday? And on YouTube you can. So I edit the chapters, and really that week I came back nearly every morning and looked, so what is it today? And just listened to the few minutes that I did for that day and just sitting and just consuming my own words. And if you heard me, was it the last week or the week before? I don't even remember. Because I really should listen to my own advice. There was a week where I did the I Ching reading, and to prepare for the next one, I listened to the old one. And then I thought, oh my God, I said that and that happened. Oh my God, I should have listened to myself, and I didn't. So that's what I'm going to do every morning now. I listen to myself on the channel. Woohoo, here we go. Wonderful. So how do we raise our energies this week? Let's have a look into what the I Ching says for us. Looking into the month just shortly, the year, sorry, we're always starting with the year, but of course I will make it shorter than the one before. I hope. Last time I said I'd be shorter and I didn't. 38, opposition, or also called division, polarizing, integrity. I love it that it's also called integrity for some. And it is the fire above and the lake underneath. So the fire above and the lake underneath has, by the way, in the middle sign also the fire, but who cares, no, whatever. It is about how to tolerate the otherness of the counterpart and still staying true to yourself. So, and that is what I said every week for now. That's what we're experiencing at the moment with the polarizing, the division, the and the question and oppositions, and the question about your personal integrity. So how can you tolerate the otherness, the other opinion, that there are people who have maybe a completely opposite opinion to you, and still staying true to yourself without going into it, without starting a fight, but just staying clear and staying true, staying in your integrity. So staying with yourself, but still tolerating what's out there, because a lot of that is not your topic anyway. It's not your fault. It's not your thing. It is theirs, and we leave it with them, and we're staying true to ourselves. Of course, we're listening to what others say, and maybe we find out when we're going into the awareness, maybe they have a point. Let's just look into that. But all within staying true to yourself. So, and that means that for this year, the energies of the 38, everything that you do, you really can only have an effect in the small scheme. There is no such thing this year than having a massive effect in the bigger scheme. It's about doing the right thing in the small ones. You know, it's like when you say, you are going to a rally for, I don't know, Tibet, or I don't want to go into any politics right now. Staying there, staying Switzerland maybe. Going for a rally for something, and forgetting about the neighbors, forgetting about the ones closest to you. So shouldn't we maybe take care first of our neighbors, of our loved ones, about the ones next to us. What can we do? How can we serve them? And then just grow from there, but not fighting someone else's fight or a big fight and then forgetting who's next to us. Does that make sense? I don't want us to forget that and just buying into the opposition, buying into the division in the bigger scheme, and forgetting that you can actually start in the small one. If there's an opposition in your inner circle, if there's a division in your polarizing in your inner circle, to first go with that before you're taking on the big scheme. Does that make sense? I personally think it does, actually. So I hope it makes sense for you too. Was there something else? Yeah, no, that's the main thing about the year energy. The month energy, by the way, the month energy is still 34 great strength. And 34 great strength has a thunder on top and heaven underneath. And great strength this month is exactly what it says. It's about great strength. You have the strength and you can move things. But because the sign, the strong line, has already moved over the median, so the danger is really that you or someone else is actually using their power just for the power's sake. And that is something that we definitely do not want. That's definitely not working for anyone. So in this month energy, really look out to not use power just for the power's sake, but ask yourself how you can use the power for the greater good. So it is about how to stay in power and strength and serving the greater good with honesty. So this is the thing really this year is honesty. This month, sorry. This year too, by the way, would be great. Really the honesty. This is this month's theme, and it will go on still a few more weeks, 2 more weeks, I think, until we're coming into a different I Ching for the month. So look into that. And because it is the heaven underneath and the thunder on top, this is the interesting thing. The thunder is movement and the heaven underneath is the strength. So every movement has the strength underneath. So doing something is really successful this month, is really good this month. But it's the heaven underneath. So it needs to be the right reason. It needs to be for the greater good for everyone. And then you can actually move things this month. Okay? So it's not about being narcissistic or egotistical. Oh yes, this month, the power of the bigs. Yes. No, the great strength and the big power is to be used in the right context. And then you're moving forward. That is this month's energy. Okay, let's look into the day. So what do we start with? Today, Sunday, of course, is number 30, fire. I said that already last week. Oh yeah, because if you're here for the first time, we're starting on the Sunday and we're ending on the next Sunday. And that is because for some of you, it is Sunday morning. For some of you, it's Sunday evening. For some, it's still Friday night. So we're doing the Sunday and we're doing it until and including the next Sunday, just to remind you. Okay, so today is I Ching number 30, fire is the main energy. And of course it has fire on top and fire underneath. So it is also called the clinging, because fire is clinging to an object. Fire, it doesn't exist in itself. Okay, so it's always attached to something that produces the fire. Fire in itself cannot exist. It needs something to fuel it. So let me have a look here into the book. Yes. So it's always a condition underneath to shine. So there needs something. If you want to shine, for instance, if you want to shine, there needs something that needs to fuel it. If there's a hollow reason, if there's a hollow person shining, it will be just a short burst. There needs something to fuel it. Just like if you want a certain career, you need the skills for that. You need the knowledge for that. Otherwise you can't shine in that career. Otherwise you can't shine without that knowledge, without the skills underneath. Does it make sense? I think it does. So for the day of the fire today is how the power of your own conviction, of your own motivation, gives your life meaning and clarity. So this is really the interesting thing, what feeds you, and the meaning and the clarity, and I said that last week, I think meaning and clarity are closer to each other than we may think when we first look at it. And like the fire, it needs something to fuel it. So if you're passionate about something, then a fire comes. But underneath must be the clarity about it, must be the meaning that it has for you. And so then it can have a fire, and then the passion is true. And then the passion is really not just a short burst, but it's fueled by something, by your motivation, by your clarity, by your sincerity, honesty this month as well. And so this is an interesting one. So that is the fire today. Anything else I wanted to say about the fire? Yeah. Just this thing, whatever happens today, we need to see that this is the light, and the light can't be without the dark, and the dark can't be without the light. So whatever you shine a light on today, look at it. Whatever comes up today, look at it. Let it come to light. Everything that wants to heal can only heal when it comes to the light. And it makes you lighter in all of its meaning. So let it come to light. So only the clarity. Oh yes, and also, you know what I said about the clinging, that the fire is always attached to an object that fuels it. So we then, with the passion, we're going in kind of a dependency. But we know why we're doing that. We know why we're working so hard. We know why we're putting so much time and possibly money into that, because it's our passion. It fuels us. It gives us light. It makes us lighter. So it is by choice that we are kind of having a dependency with that. Then it is a healthy one if it's a choice and if it's fueling us and everything that we want to do. So yes, that's what we do with it. And what do we do? How do we raise our energy on the Monday? Let's have a look at the Monday in my calendar. 61. Oh my God, sincerity. Yes. Let's have a look what the sincerity has to tell us. Sincerity has the wind on top and the lake underneath. 61. It's also called inner truth. And how sincerity and honesty lead to deep insight, trustworthiness, and integrity. That's what I called it. So that's an interesting one, isn't it? How sincerity and honesty lead to deep insight, trustworthiness, and integrity. Makes sense, doesn't it? So the wind on top of the lake. So the wind going over the lake makes little ripples, correct? So what it does is really, it brings things to light, not to light that was yesterday, was today. It brings to movement, and it can be seen. So it's about the inner development that can be seen on the outside. It's about making things seen that can't be seen. That's the Tuesday. And I think that's going to be a really interesting day. Did I just move that too fast? No, here I am. Today. So inner truth. So the wind on the lake brings your inner truth to the light. Not light, I used the light yet for Sunday, to be seen. To be seen. Exactly. That's what's happening on the Monday. So whatever you've nourished before, maybe you found your passion. This is what the wind on the lake, or 61 sincerity, brings to be seen. So it is about your inner development, about your inner values. So it would be a good time to meditate and to accumulate wisdom on the Monday. So this is how you can raise your energy on the Monday, by really looking into how to it's Wednesday. I make something up. The deeper insight coming from honesty and sincerity. Yes. 61 sincerity, deeper insight coming from honesty. Oh, so apologize for that. That was a bit of a muck up. Have to redo that. That's okay. We're live here. That happens. That's me. So 61 sincerity. Inner truth. Honesty and sincerity bringing deeper insight. It is a good day for meditation and looking into all of that. So it makes things seeable that are normally not to be seen, like your deeper insights inside you. Oh my God, that is horrible. That aside, that what happens. Okay, let's cut this. Next day is the Tuesday, 26. Big livestock. Oh my God, what does that do? 26. Big livestock is an old expression which also means accumulating wisdom. It's the great taming, but it is mainly about accumulating wisdom. And that is what I said before. I went into the wrong line. It's the mountain on heaven. So the mountain on heaven, heaven again, like before, is strength underneath. There is a strength, there's a stability on that day, and which is that Tuesday. And on top is the mountain. So it is about inner values. That's what I said before. Sorry, wrong line, but today that's what it is. Inner values, inner development, and you can really on the Tuesday meditate well on that. So on the Monday, you would meditate on your honesty and sincerity to get more insight. On the Tuesday, if you want to, you can meditate on your inner values and accumulating wisdom. So that would a really good day to do that. And the hours will be in the morning 7 until 9, really good. And probably from 5 until 7. Yes, that's good meditation hours on the Tuesday. So what do we do on the Tuesday to raise our energy? Let me look again. How to hold back creative impulses to further inner development. So to not rush to things, but for inner development, it really needs to ripen. It really needs, like a big livestock, that's the other expression for it. It needs to grow and you can't rush it. That's interesting in that one. What else do we have here in the book? Yes, and yeah, exactly. The heaven comes through by non-movement. So I said the mountain on top and the heaven underneath. So the mountain also means non-movement. So you've got the strength underneath, stability, and the mountain with the non-movement and with the meditation and the insights and collecting that wisdom. So it seems like Monday, Tuesday, although it has the heaven underneath, and the Monday even has the lake and the wind and the heaven and the mountain. Yes, there's not much movement on Monday, Tuesday. Monday, Tuesday is not about big things and big movement. It's more about observing and looking inward. So raising your energy on the Monday and Tuesday is not about the outer movement. It's about the inner movement. So we have a theme already for the Monday, Tuesday. Amazing. And I like that because that means that I have to remind myself in the morning that it's not about big movement, but it's about inner values and wisdom. So it's about staying calm, staying true to yourself. Monday, Tuesday is really about looking inside. What will bring me further? And here we are back again at Wu Wei, when to move and when not to move. So Monday and Tuesday is probably more about inner movement and inner development than it is about doing things in the outer world. So that is something to remind yourself on Monday, Tuesday, because that's what the energies are like on that. How do we raise our energies on the Wednesday? Wednesday, we've got 43 eliminating, and 43 eliminating is really, I like that. It has, again, heaven underneath. It's the third sign in a row with heaven underneath. So it's also stability again underneath. But on top this time, we're having leg. So it's a breakthrough. So the elimination on Wednesday, leg on top, heaven underneath, is also called breakthrough. So if you use the Monday and the Tuesday to look inside and find the values, find the development, find what is aligned, find what is bringing you forward in a movement. And then on the Wednesday, we're having 43, eliminating and breaking through. This is when you can actually start doing, when you can actually start materializing. And because the lake on top is also soft, called the gentle, the soft. So it is a breakthrough in a gentle way. It's not in a harsh way like a thunder. It's more a breakthrough in a gentle way. So it's like the rain. It's like a rain. Yeah, a short and nourishing rain, more or less. But with the stability underneath, I think that's really, really something nice to have. So how to stay with your own truth and remove or purge unearthed weaknesses within you. So Monday, Tuesday, we did the inner movement. We've been looking into what's the values, what's the growth, where does the growth sit? And on the Wednesday, we have the 43, eliminating or breakthrough, and staying with the truth, but removing or purging what is standing in the way, what kind of weakness we maybe have inside. And yes, I also love this one sentence that I found in the 43, which was, the best way to fight against the evil is progress in the good. So what I think I said last week, there's really not many reasons to fight. So it's not about fighting the evil or the bad. It's about progressing the good. So if we keep focusing on the good and on the positive and growing that vibration, then the bad or evil has no chance. Sorry guys, that's what it is. The media and everything is just put a light onto the bad and the evil and all those movies that come. We're having really trouble finding a comedy to watch at the moment. There's all other kinds of genres, but so as long as the focus is on the evil and the bad, this will get the vibration. So the best way to eliminate that, to break through that, is actually to focus on the positive. And again, what I said before, don't know which I Ching that was, it's not about raging against the big and doing that. It's not in it this year. It's about looking, what can I do with the next one, with my neighbor, with the loved ones, with my inner circle, and really emphasizing the positivity and the good ones. I'm not talking about toxic positivity and just talking everything nice and positive. No, I'm not talking that. If there's a problem, you can't gloss over it. You shouldn't. So you really have to address that. That's not what this means. It's not glossing over serious allegations or problems. Not at all. It needs to be addressed, but in a way so that solutions can come and that everybody's been heard. So the best way to bring a society forward, in my personal opinion, is to focus on what works and what is good. And that would be a gentle breakthrough, correct? And not an aggressive breakthrough. That will be a thunder. We're having no thunder in this sign. We're having a lake in that sign. So it's a gentle breakthrough. So that's my personal opinion. And that's my personal opinion about the sign. So you let me know in the chat, please, or in the comments, what your thoughts are here. That would be lovely to hear. Okay, how do we raise our energy on the Thursday? Thursday has the sign number 1. Is the I Ching number 1, and that is heaven. And actually it's a double heaven. It's heaven on top and heaven underneath. That's the third one in a row that we have heaven. And it's also called the creative. So it's 6 yang lines, 6 strong lines. Here we go. That's what it looks like. And it's about power. It's about progress again. But it's, it's that stability that's in that sign. It's about how to express and use creativity, action, and power. So what do we do on that day with that we know now this? What do we do with it? So it's about, now we're really going into the action and the activity. So we've collected our inner wisdom. We've listened to ourselves. We had our soft breakthrough. We had eliminated what's not working. And now is the day where we're really taking action, where we're going into the creativity, activity, power. This is the day, the Thursday, where we're actually going into today. This is what we're doing. Yep, I know now what I want. I know now. Yes, I know now. It's an excellent day, by the way, energetically. I know now what I want, and I will do that. So if you have anything planned where you need more action, where it's about creativity, doing something that you've planned, the Thursday would be perfect to do that. So this is how you can plan your week. Can you see that there is a progress within it? This is how you plan your week. If there is an important action to do, I personally would plan it for Thursday. I personally will plan for Thursday, by the way. So and really good energetic day, good stars on that day, and using those 8 strong yang lines for achieving what I want to achieve on that day. Does it make sense? I think it does. How do we raise our energy on the Friday after we've taken action? What is awaiting for us? 48 well. So the well, also called, they all say it's called the well. It's also called renewal and replenishing. So the well in its sign has the water on top and the wood or wind underneath. So the picture, hang on, I've got different things here. Oh, the lake on top, the water on top, and the wind, the lake, the wood underneath. Yes. Not the lake, the wind. Yes, the wind, the wood underneath. God, that's wrong. And that picture is actually, you've got the lake underneath, or the wind underneath, and the water on top, and the wood. So the wood is actually, we're talking about a well. The wood is what takes the water out of the well, and that is that thing that you pump it with in the old, when you look at the older wells. So the question here is really on that day, how the clearing of your own motivation in life lets you create new energy and inspiration. So we've taken some action on the Thursday. On the Friday, we're going then one step back again and looking into our motivation to create new energy and inspiration. So whatever we've done on the Thursday, we've taken a step back. We're looking at, okay, where's the inspiration in that one? How can I carry on? Because the thing with every action, everything that we plan and do, is it costs us energy. So it could be that the day after we're a little bit more empty and we need maybe new inspiration, maybe we need new energy. This is how we do it. So with the it's what is nourishing you again. So it is about, you've gone in on the Thursday and planned something. You've created something. You've taken action. And on the Friday, maybe you are a little bit more empty and you need to replenish. You need to renewal on the Friday. So what you want to do is then take the water from the well and really hydrate again, and refill those energies, refill those ideas, get the inspiration again. So maybe on the Friday, give yourself a little bit of a break so you can renew. I mean, plan something for your lunch break, plan something for the afternoon that replenishes and renews you. That would be something, because you've done really good stuff this week already. And the Thursday, you've done all the action and the activities. So on the Friday, maybe plan something like a nice massage, or have a walk in the park, or maybe a picnic somewhere in the afternoon. I don't know, whatever your plans normally are. And to really renew yourself and give yourself some credit for what you've achieved so far in this week. And the interesting thing is now, if you do that on the Saturday, we're going into number 40, the relief. So the Saturday will have relief for you. And relief doesn't really mean, of course it means relief, but it also means liberation and solution. So if you, let's say on Thursday, you've taken action and you've really brought life to your plans, and you haven't given yourself on Friday that renewal, that replenishment. So then maybe on Saturday solution doesn't come. So if you look at interviews with people who had breakthroughs and big revelations and everything, so when you ask them, when did this idea come to you? Most of them will say, when I took a step back and took a break, and then when I stopped working on the actual problem, I took a step back, went out, did something else, and then Heureka, there it went. So maybe that's the same thing. That's what they mean here with that sequence, that on the Saturday with the number 40, the relief, liberation, solution, deliverance, that you let go of the old, do something different on the Saturday, maybe let go of the old and communicate what happened in that week, the action that you took, the insights that you had. Maybe you can on Saturday communicate that and liberate you from something that people really see you in that way. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what's coming to me right now. So really look on Saturday, let go of the old and find your new normal. And when I said that, oh my God, this came to me the whole week in a few different ways. Because, we say the new normal. What is the new normal? You can define your new normal. So if you had the insights on the Monday, Tuesday, and you could eliminate what doesn't work and took the action on Thursday, maybe on Saturday, after you've given yourself a little bit of a break and replenishing on the Friday, maybe then a solution came to you and you found your new normal. You could let go of some old patterns. You could let go of something that doesn't work anymore. And now on the Saturday, you are ready to actually communicate that new norm. Oh, by the way, what I want to tell you, I'm not into that anymore. I'm doing this now. And I've been doing this for weeks, but I didn't tell you so far. Something like that might be happening on the Saturday. Interesting, eh? It's a balanced day, so there's a lot you can do. And we've got relief as well from 3 to 5 with really good stars on that day. So if you want to communicate a new norm and let go of the old, maybe you take the day relief energy with the hour relief energy from 3 to 5 p.m. There's a nobleman rising, so use that. Okay. And if we do that, what happens on Sunday? What do we have on the Sunday? We have the lake on the mountain. And we know that the mountain underneath is about silence, is about keeping still. And so this is the number 31 called influence or wooing or attraction. And that sounds about relationships, but it's also about wooing or attracting something that you want. So it's not necessarily about the relationship between people wooing. It's also about attracting something that you want. But to attract something that you want, you have to really question your motives. You have to really question whether you are ready to, in lack of a better word, sacrifice something to actually get it. So whatever that is, if it's a person, if it's a thing, it's a job, it's a breakthrough, it's a certain skill. On the Sunday, the lake on the mountain, it's about perseverance as well, bringing things together. So with the mountain underneath, maybe it's again about silence, about pondering, awareness. Let me see what the big book says. The old book. Oh yes, that external joy is only real external joy if you are internally quiet. And maybe it is that only then, if your inside is quiet and not haunted or rushed or anything, then you can really feel the joy. You're aware of the joy. You can enjoy the joy. So it is about that mountain inside, that stillness inside, that resting inside of yourself. And this is then when the lake on top, the joy, that's what it's also called, the joyful, can really come to you. And then again, you can communicate to the outside world. So maybe the communication about your new norm on that you started on Saturday can then on Sunday be even more joyful. For instance, let's say you've said on Saturday, you've told a few people about your new plans, new ventures, or whatever, what your new norm is now, what insights you had in the past. And then maybe on Sunday, someone completely unexpected calls you and says, you know what you said yesterday? I think that's so great. Tell me more about it. So maybe this is what then brings joy. And of course it is influence. So it's also about networking and contacts. And what I find really important more and more, and maybe you agree, is the contact, the one-on-one contact, because that's really what's nourishing us, isn't it? So coming into that, we have a really good sequence in that week, from looking inside to eliminating what's not working, to taking action, renewal, replenishment, then the liberation, the relief, letting go of the old, and on Sunday finding the joy. That's an interesting week to plan, isn't it? And that's what I want you to do. I want you to look at the energies, how they are. What does the I Ching say about the energy of the day? Take that and then use it. When there's a day where the I Ching says action today, this is where you plan your action. If it's a day where the energy says it's more about calming down, it's more about, and in the end, if you just look at the hexagram, you will already see it. If it has a mountain in it, it's a totally different energy as it has a thunder in it. So if you still have your basic knowledge about the trigrams that are building the hexagrams, alone from these two trigrams that build the hexagram, if you go down to that, you can see what's going on the day. And if you're looking at the inner ones, just a little side tip for those who want to go a bit deeper and more advanced. If you're looking at the inner ones, then you can see what's behind it. You can see what's motivating it. And that's what I find really interesting. And there was one where I went a little bit deeper today, and I don't even remember which one that was when I was preparing it. Maybe I find it. No, I don't. It was really interesting because it was one of the signs is reversing the others. That means that it stands behind it. So if you look at the reversed one, you can possibly find a motivation to use that day even more, but that's a bit deeper. Maybe I do that in the next round. So we're going deeper each time when we're doing 64 signs. That's my plan. So I hope you liked what you saw today. I hope you really loved it and enjoyed it. So if you did, tell your friends, like it, subscribe, maybe comment. That would be amazing. I would love to hear how your week was. And if you're going in every day and look at the energies for the chapters in the YouTube, let me know. I would love to hear. And so have a great week. Use the energies and raise the energy that you have and that you will have. And I see you again next week. Bye for now.